First in Ukraine, overnight Russian rockets pounded neighborhoods in Kherson. These attacks knocking out power in the city where electricity had only just begun to be restored. For the latest, our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons, is on the ground in Mykolaiv, Ukraine. Let's cross to him now. Rob, Russian troops left this region just 3 weeks ago. What's the situation in Kherson currently?
Well, I'm just on the edge of Kherson at the entrance to the city at the moment, on Mykolaiv. There has been a lot of bombardment during the day today, and as you pointed out, last night there was heavy bombardment, and the electricity system, which had been more or less got going, it was about 66% in place, was knocked out again. There was a complete blackout this morning. There is electricity again now, but I can't say exactly how much. But it has devastating knock-on effects because there's no heating. There's no water being pumped through the system, and people are forced to cope as best they can. But one of the ways in which they're doing that is by going to what are called points of invincibility that the Ukrainian authorities have set up all over the country. There are about 4,000 of them, and several in Kherson, and we visited one of them today, just to see how they work. They're fairly large tents, sort of marquee-style tents with a generator attached, which provides heating, electricity, and hot coffee and tea for those who want to go there. And they were packed. There were just dozens and dozens of people in each of the tents that we visited. People whose homes had been badly affected, who didn't have electricity, who wanted to charge their laptops or charge their mobile telephones or just want to chat to somebody, just to get some company and to be reassured that they weren't alone. People are coping, it has to be said. I spoke to several of them. They said they're not deterred, they're not going to be overwhelmed by this Russian threat, and they're not going to give in, that Ukraine will keep on fighting, that Russia appears to know no other way. The situation, nevertheless, despite the brave words, is pretty tough for them. And much, I suppose, will ultimately depend on how quickly the Ukrainian authorities manage to get their air defense systems up so strong that the Russians will not be able to destroy the electricity system in the way they're doing at the moment.
And Rob, what are you hearing from residents in your discussions with people about rebuilding, about infrastructure? I imagine it's a long road to rebuilding and recovery.
It's a very long road, and people aren't even thinking about that at the moment. It's just survival and ensuring that they get through this terrible phase in this war and that they push the Russians out so that then they can start to think about how they build this country. They know that they've got the support of the United States, of the European Union, the United Kingdom. There will be money to invest in Ukraine once this war's over, but they know too that they've got a very tough time ahead.
France 24's chief foreign editor Rob Parsons in Mykolaiv, Ukraine. Thank you so much for that update.